This is my AMG GT that we rebuilt with parts from China to turn it into an AMG GT Black Series. Which was not a simple task. We had to start off with the cheapest car we can find, which ended up being this base model GT from Copart. Then we dealt with the structural and mechanical repairs, but then wanted to transform it into something much more special, and got a price for the parts from Mercedes which was out of this world. But fortunately, we managed to find a replica body kit from China, and once we got all of that fitted and painted, the car was looking sensational. But there's one thing it's always been missing. And that is power. My car underneath this fancy frock is just a base model AMG GT, and it makes about 500 brake horsepower. An AMG GT Black Series, on the other hand, makes about 730, so we've got a lot of ponies to make up. Now, I'm too stupid to think ahead, so I drove this car in this morning, meaning it's boiling hot. So I'm going to take the heat shields off the top first, let that cool down, then we're going to go underneath. Because obviously, to make up that much of a power difference, we're going to need to change some substantial parts. So it's not going to be such a straightforward job. One heat shield. I'm going to put it here. I'm just stressed by that. Look how long this engine bay is.
I know, right?
There's only one way to get in there, isn't there?
Just
got to get in there.
Superman.
I might take this off. Hi there, engine.
Scalpel.
Thank you. Obviously, to make up all this extra power, we're going to need some more air, because these standard turbos are going to be no good to make an extra 200 brake and a bit more. These are C63 turbos essentially on this, so they're a fairly common turbo, but they're mounted in a strange way. They're inside the V, which is like a new, nice modern way of mounting turbos. It's called a hot V, which means that they are here rather than being right down under here, which in theory makes changing them a little bit easier, but changing a set of turbos is never as easy as what you think, so we'll see how we get on. Shall we crack these lambda sensors off? And then we're going to go underneath, I reckon, while it cools down some more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You like
nice. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, nice.
Let's get underneath. I really don't want to stand on this bumper.
Go on, jump it.
Oh, Spider-Man. I think if we cut there,
yeah,
that allows you to take the bottom section out, and then the top section looks like it will be able to go up then. If not, we can jiggle it around and cut it some more.
You're not going to get your chopper out again, are you?
Maybe. Let's equip ourselves
with PPE.
With PPE. Always found when cutting metal with these, spraying them at the same time, keeping it cool, keeps the blade sharper. Whee!
Good catch.
Very easy cat removal.
Round two.
Yes, let's go again. Can we move this?
I think if we...
It's scaring me.
I'm cable tying this out of the way.
Right, we ready? Go. Nice, that's one of them tools that I never thought I needed, but when I got it, it's had some use.
Well, that was relatively
okay.
Painless.
Yes. I don't know about the next bit.
No.
I think that's everything under here.
So do I.
Shall we get it down?
We shall.
Okay. Lovely. So now we need to try and unplug the secondary lambdas, because that's going to be a lot harder to get anything in there to crack them off, and then we're going to try and take them off when they're out of the car. I
think though, if you used to bring them up, we'd be able to, once we do the bracket, bring them up and then try and undo them.
Sure thing. Does this make me look really short like this? This is a proper core workout, this.
Yeah.
There we go, right, so that's moved the bracket which we didn't need to move.
I feel that had been in the way anyway.
Probably, yeah. Right, that's that one loose.
I do actually feel like a useful assistant at this point.
I feel like a surgeon. Has that done what we wanted it to do? Let's see. Sort of.
Oh, we've got a bit of movement.
Yeah.
Oh,
that hurt.
Did that bite?
It did a little bit, yeah. 2 of these would be coolant, and 2 of them would be oil. Don't know which two are two.
I feel the new ones are going to be a lot easier to fit with that than big fat cats in a way.
Do you know what happened last time someone said that?
It was really hard.
The prop broke.
Yes. Get out and walk.
I don't think I've ever heard that
I haven't
before.
quite like it. There we go. We've got a big bracket to contend with. Oh, you fighter. One bracket. That was a pig. Right. Sweet. I've got the shakes. Downpipes are out. Now we're going to try and take these intake pipes off. So now the downpipes and the intake pipes are removed from the turbos. There's only one thing left to do, which is removing all of the coolant and oil lines, which is going to be a fiddly job.
Excellent effort.
Oh, nice. Boom. I guarantee that's got a lot more jiggle now.
Oh yeah.
And once we'd finally got all those removed, we could take the turbo away from the engine. One Turbski. That is the left-hand one. I'm going to put that here for now. Now for number two. That's a bit of a bracket there. Is she out? Oh. And breathe. One casualty, bit of split pipe.
It's only a tiny piece though.
Yeah, it is. So the question is, do we repair or do we replace?
I think you'll be able to get that. You've got to cut that much of the pipe off to slip it back on.
Put a Jubilee.
Put a Jubilee.
Shorten it, Jubilee it. So obviously we've took these turbos off. It is still quite a lot of work, even though they're in a hot V, and that's because we're upgrading them. You guys know, if you are not new to the channel, you've been around for a while, my X3M has been running hybrid turbos for a year now from Littco. Oh, Littco. And they've been solid. So, Dan at Littco has very kindly done us some hybrid turbos for the Merc. We've not gone like full fat. We wanted to keep some kind of mid-range power as well to make it nice and drivable. But these are going to deliver a lot more power and help us get nearer the target of that Black Series number. So now we're going to start looking at how we're going to get these back on. So which one's this? This is, so that's the one we've got to put on first. So we need to take off this little metal sheet, swap some bits over, and then get it back on. There we go. Ooh, crusty. What is quite important to do, it's quite common for seals like this to leak if you don't replace them. So we've been to Mercedes and bought all of this. So we have service kit, all of the sump plugs and washers we're going to need, more washers, some O-rings, some exhaust gaskets. All of these things are going to make sure we don't lose any fluids and we don't have any exhaust flows. So we're going to swap all of those over as we're changing everything over to the other turbos, and hopefully we'll have no leaks. One turbo ready to install. New exhaust gaskets, 1 and 2. There you go with the cone bit facing up, so that's one in there. New oil return seals. Now to do the rest of these O-rings. I'm not going to bore you with it, but we're going to get these changed over now. Then we can start fitting the new turbos back up, and I hope this is not as bad as taking them off. We want to make our lives as easy as possible, make sure we don't do damage to the O-rings when we put them back in. We're going to spray them with some of this, some of the Fuchs silicone spray, which should help them slip on easier. No point messing around, let's get these new turbos on. Where is it? Is it this one here?
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's just turbos lying around everywhere at the moment. Where's Mickey? Thank you. Now all the new seals are on, it's time for the turbos to go back on the car, and we're doing this as delicately as possible to ensure we don't damage anything. It's going down. There he is.
That's it.
It's on. Right, one down.
Round one. Over.
I'd say that is a win to the Slicks team. We need to. We've beaten the AMG so no, I've just jinxed it. Just jinxed it. Now we do have some merch available for the Blue Series build, so if you want some, make sure to head over to chrisslix.co.uk. And even better, I'm going to give you some money off. If you use code AMG, I'm going to give you 10% off any range of items on the store. So make sure to go and click the link in the description to check out what we've got. So to go with the new turbos, obviously we're going to need a better exhaust and a more free-flowing exhaust. That is why it only seemed right to finish this Chinese car, German car with a Chinese body kit off, with some more parts from China. So I picked these up from AliExpress. It just seems fitting, doesn't it? We've got to put Chinese downpipes on with a Chinese body kit. It kind of links all together then. They're going to allow a lot more noise for a start, going to let that V8 breathe and sound better, and also help us free up some more power. So these will help.
We've closed over, so that actually goes.
But straight away, something didn't seem right. This downpipe did not want to go in. It had a long tail compared to the other side, and it just didn't seem to fit. I hate downpipes sometimes.
I feel the new ones are going to be a lot easier to fit without them big fat cats in the way.
The question I'm questioning is whether these are actually AMG GT downpipes and not C63. I reckon there's just a knack to it.
Do you think?
Maybe. But there wasn't. This passenger side downpipe just simply does not fit in this engine bay without taking out the gearbox. So that's just not going to work. No. Right, we've come to the conclusion. Something's not right. Either these are downpipes for a left-hand drive car, or they've just been made stupid. Normally with the AMG GT downpipes, the reason they come in two bits, so we've got this section here and another section which then goes to the rest of the exhaust, because we had to cut the standard one to get it out. The new one goes in two pieces because they've put a massive tail on this. It physically won't go in from the bottom, from the top, nothing. So, what do?
Chop it.
Nice, right. This is what happens, I guess, when you buy things from China. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Luckily, we got bitten on this and not on the body kit stuff, because this is a lot easier. Straight in.
Straight in.
Literally.
Okay, so.
Okay, that definitely fills me with some confidence. Let's put this V-band on here quickly, just because this is roughly in the right spot now. We want to see underneath, make sure everything's going to line up. Again, just to make sure we're not wasting our time.
Yeah.
That's solid, isn't it?
Position.
That's where it wants to be. Right, let's go on.
Yeah,
so this side's got like a V-band fitting, and that side's got that.
Right,
so
a sliding,
different,
sliding V-band.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just, yeah.
I think we're right there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, sweet.
Little V-band there's not the end of the world.
Now, all we need is a V-band. Luckily, we have some scrap exhaust bits around here, so we need a 3-inch V-band to make that work. So we've got the old McLaren exhaust, which will not be going back on the car, any part of it, and luckily, it has a 3-inch V-band which we can nick off, so we can cut this here, cut that there, take that to get welded up and sorted out, and then hopefully we've got an exhaust that will work and be easy to install. So for the sake of efficiency, Mickey is going to stay here and just fit up that other turbo, get all the lines on and everything. We're going to run off and get this new V-band welded into this exhaust, so then we can fit everything up and it should be all hunky-dory. Teamwork.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
Sure thing. Cool, right, so I need that, this, and I need a McLaren exhaust. Let's hit the road. Here he is, the man of the hour. He doesn't look very happy to see us. So we did a short trip over to Bob at the machine shop, and he is going to try and fix up this exhaust. So we've got a detachable section which will make it actually possible to install. Exhaust is sorted out, hopefully that should work, and also we've got a little bit of adjustment because of the way the V-band is, so that should work sweet. And also if it's too long we can just lock it off there because this is a straight piece. So yeah, fingers crossed that works. Thanks so much to Bob at the machine shop for sorting us out, not only on short notice but doing such high quality welds too. If you want to learn how to weld like that, make sure to hit up the machine shop, do welding lessons and a bunch of other stuff as well, so make sure to go check them out. The tag's going to be in between these bits of exhaust, just there, on Instagram. Let's get back to the unit, get this fitted. Well done Mickey, I'm getting that on. Now, time for the exhaust.
Do you think to bolt down the turbos first? They line up absolutely flawless.
Turbos are bolted in, everything's looking good. Now it's time to get these, sort of try and get these downpipes in. Of course it doesn't drop in as easily now. Oh, you're joking. Do you want to go underneath? Now, annoyingly, with that extra little section welded on, this downpipe still wouldn't fit. How irritating. So we had to try and find another way to get it in. We'll try it again the way from here going down.
Yeah.
Don't look down.
I'm not.
I never thought it would be this bad, you know.
No. I'll be honest, when we got back I thought it was just going to slip in beautifully.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
How he clipped to when it just dropped in before. Straight in. The only other thing I think we can do, take the engine mounts out.
Oh, it'll drop the engine down.
Just a bit, yeah. Luckily these are pretty fresh because I had to replace them on my road trip from when they cracked. Still in good health, which is good. I'm going to bring you down slowly, Mickey. Okay, so yeah, you're down the top of the gearbox. We just need to get it down here now. Okay, hit. Keep going. And we're in. Yay! Thank God for that. You do the lambda sensors. I'm going to try and get this engine mount back in. Just got to get this top bolt on the engine mount now, which I'm tightening up.
Well, I've got all the bolts finger tight in with the brackets.
That's good. I've got to do 3 on the bottom, and then we can actually probably nearly hear this car start. Not a million miles off anyway. Well, I can't do the side have been that easy.
Felt like I was going up in the world in the company, but
You were doing well.
now I'm down.
You were sky high.
I know, right?
You were raising the roof.
I've made it look cool up here though.
Okay, is it looking good? I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, I think you'll be happy.
Good.
He's like, you'll be mildly amazed.
I'll be mildly satisfied with my day's work. They do look pretty sick. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's worth it.
It's a shame to put a cover on them.
It is, but we've got to try and protect that carbon fibre fiberglass bonnet. That's been a long day, isn't it? But hopefully a very rewarding one.
Yep.
It's the aim. So now we've got both the turbos and both the new downpipes in too. We've just got to button everything up and then hopefully go for that first start. Final bit, isn't it? Sort of.
Sort of.
So all we need to do now is connect up these which do feel very sturdy, up to the old exhaust. So we've got 2 bits for this side. We've got our new bit that we've fabricated and the extra bit, and then just 1 piece for that side. Hopefully, oh no, I think I've seen something. I'll just go and grab that other bit of pipe and see what you think. Do you reckon you'll get it? Ah, she's fine.
What are you worrying about?
I don't worry.
Look, mate, that fits pretty damn good, you know.
Yeah, that's actually sound. Nice. It's been a hard day. Should be a relatively easy job. I think it would have been a lot easier if the downpipes were good, but they're on. Everything's in. We think we've got everything plugged in. Everything's plumbed. There's only one thing left to do. When you fit a set of turbos, obviously you need to prime them to make sure there's oil pumping around them to make sure you're not running them dry. So we've unplugged all the coil packs. Need to crank it over a few times first, then we can plug them in, then we can hear how this sounds. Hopefully it's good, so let's do that quick. That should have oil pressure now. Should be plenty. Let's get these plugged back in. Is that everything?
That is the one.
Make sure that's fully on.
Do you know what I'll say? Fire and hole.
I reckon it's time, boys. Are we buzzing? I'm pretty excited.
buzzing.
I can't wait. Okay, that's valves closed.
Valves closed?
Yeah. That sounds so angry. Yeah, that's open. 2,000 RPM. When the valves are closed, it's like, it's loud, but everything seems loud in here because we're inside, but it's noisy, but it's not crazy. But then you open it up. That sounds so good. Yeah, I'm so buzzing. Right, let's let her warm up and then we're gonna give it some big licks. I think she's ready.
I don't even know what to expect.
Are you ready?
How high are you going?
I don't know, we'll see. That was 5.5. That sounds so good.
It sounds so angry.
I want to do this sport in the middle. So comfort and sport are the same. So in Sport Plus it does like the bangs, and then in Comfort and Sport it don't do it. So I can pick how I want it and how I drive it. So I can either be like Asbo or chill guy.
Sophistication.
Yes, sophistication.
I think you need to rename the car the Kraken.
The Kraken!
My ears are gone.
And the exhaust ain't fully hot yet either. Oh, I can hear the turbos then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sick. Next stop, we need to get this tuned. So we need to make the most out of those turbos and new exhaust, get as much power out of this as we can without blowing it up, preferably. So, we have somewhere to go.
Is that before or after a service?
Oh yeah, but first, I need to do a quick service. Didn't quite go to plan. We have a coolant leak. Mickey, which turbo's that?
Whereabouts is the coolant leak?
It's on this one, I think.
On the top.
I don't know.
That's coolant.
I can't see where it's coming from. It sounds so funny. You reckon it's this side one, yeah?
Yeah, it is. Right.
I can see the problem, I think. That is a ripped O-ring. It nearly went so well. We've got, just there, can you see on the end of the pick? Just poking out of it, a bit of rubber, which means we've snagged the O-ring. It's okay, that's not a problem. At least that one's accessible.
Very.
So what we're going to do, leave it until the morning, pull it out, deal with the situation, give it a service, and then we're gonna get it tuned. Hey, okay, that's fine. Next day, been to Mercedes and picked up, well actually I picked up 3 beautiful O-rings which hopefully should fix our coolant leak. So that's the first job. We can't make power if it's losing all its fluids because that'd just be silly. So let's take off the pipe. Because I don't really want to take apart loads of stuff just to have to do this.
I was going to say, didn't Mickey do this turbo as well?
I don't want to point fingers. I would never point a finger. But maybe. Well, I think it's easy to see why it was leaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to change both, just in case.
Oh, is that one that's double?
Yeah, it's a double. There. Here's one. Give it a roll around. Make sure it's not snagged. And number 2. No bits hanging out the side. Fire up, I guess. There we go. Right, get up to temperature a bit, get some water pressure, and check the leaks again. Right, coolant's come up to temperature, and I can confirm there is no leak. And the other good news is I can't see any leaks from anywhere else. Next job, very quick oil service. Everything else seems good. Get these heat shields back on, and then power time. Yeah? Yeah. Drain number 1. Ooh. Well, good job I got a replacement plug. How right I was. Please help me, Ross. Please help me. Please help me.
Look, it's all done. It's all shiny, and then
So effortless. Honestly. Incredible. In order to get the most out of these turbos and the new exhaust section that we've fitted, we need to get the car tuned, which is why we brought the AMG GT Blue Series to the home of fast Mercedes in the UK, MSL Performance. So our goal here with the guys from MSL is to turn this into the fastest AMG GT Blue Series from Temu, which isn't that hard a challenge, but our other goal is to try and beat the power of a Black Series. So we need to get above, I think it's 720 or 730 brake, which is really going to transform this car and give it nearly 250 more horsepower than stock. So if we can achieve it, it's going to drive different. First step to find out how much power we can make with this is see where we're starting. We're expecting this to run slightly over standard power because we've fitted those new turbos and the downpipes, but the tune doesn't match. So we're only hoping for a slight increase, which hopefully should show everything's healthy. But let's find out. Here we go! That's wheel horsepower, so that's different to the crank horsepower, which is the quoted figure. So that's showing 449 on the best run on the stock tune. So I think they said he times it by 1.18 to get the crank, so that works out to 529 at the crank. So that's 529 brake horsepower. So that's good. That's what we want to see. Now they've just got to tune it and work their magic, which might take a little while, and then we can see how much power it's going to make. I feel like it's going to be silly. The first revision of tune is on. It's time to see how much power she can make. Let's keep our fingers crossed and pray for over that Black Series number. Angry, doesn't it? The way it goes through the gears is completely different. It just eats it, isn't it? It's like, whoa, whoa. Tuning is done, and the car has done what it needed to do, I'd say.
Yes.
This is Acid.
How you doing, guys? You alright?
And he is owner of MSL, is that right?
Correct.
Owner, okay, no worries. And he's going to run us through everything here, and he's going to run us through the differences which we've made, and then ultimately whether we've beaten the Black Series power number. That is our goal.
100%.
So tell us what we've got.
Right, so as you guys know, all the work this young man's been doing to the car, so it's come to us. So what I've done is started from scratch. So I've done a full software update. I did a TCU, ECU, anything that needs to be updated from Mercedes-Benz, we started from scratch. The car standard, it did a 450 wheel horsepower, which is equivalent to around 530.
I think I did the maths on it earlier. I'll check it. 431.
531.
531. Sorry,
531.
Yeah. Good math.
So obviously the car's only 450 odd brake standard. Now the reason why it's made so much extra power stock is because the decat's already been done and it's got hybrid turbos. So with our TCU and ECU map, we are now running 641 to the wheels. So yes, we have beaten the Black Series.
Let's just do the maths. Hold on. 756. So not only have we beaten it,
yes,
I'd say we've monstered it.
100%, and you know the funniest thing is, we're not even pushing the car. It's only running about 1.6 bar,
okay.
So there's more in it. This car can easily do 850, but we kept everything safe.
There is some weak points on these cars, which I'd like to point out, that being drive shafts and gearbox. Now, those of you that have watched the second channel video when we were bringing this car back from Turkey will know I have encountered a gearbox issue with this car where it does ping into neutral.
Well, we've done a software update with the latest gearbox software, so maybe...
Fingers crossed, I've got away lucky. But if I haven't, I don't think there's any harm done by this.
No,
it's not done it on the dyno.
No,
and if there is still the problem, I'll have to pull the gearbox off and get it sent off to be rebuilt. But by that point, maybe I should get it strengthened and then we just go for more.
Let's put some rods in, let's do 1,000 brake. Let's get it done.
I'll see how much I like it as it is. I'm sure it's going to be plenty fast enough. But I think the key thing here is keeping it drivable as well. Because we want it to be fast, but we also want to have a usable car.
100%.
So that is why I think it's important. So this is our horsepower here and torque here, is that right?
Correct, yes.
And if you see, up to 3,000 RPM, it is identical.
It's like stock, but you have to remember the turbos have a little bit more lag than stock. But it's absolutely fine. But as soon as you're after 3,000 RPM, it's like, oh, how will break loose.
Yeah, the difference between the stock and the tuned lines is just...
It's just night and day.
Yeah, so much so that we've even brought the rev limiter down.
Yes,
so,
just to keep it safe.
Yeah, so normally it revs to just under 7,000 RPM and we've brought it to just over 6.5, is that right?
Exactly, but we can increase that. But like I said, we're just keeping everything all within safe levels. I'm not looking to push anything or break any records just yet.
I think it's got plenty enough.
Oh, 100%.
Wicked. Good. So thanks to the guys at MSL for sorting this out.
You're welcome.
Getting it all done, really appreciate it. I'm glad we've achieved the number that we wanted to make, but most importantly, it's all about the drive. Let's see how it does. Alright, here we go. I'm going to drop it down to, what gear should we go for? I've managed to avoid planting it for about 20 minutes while it warms up, while I get to grips with it, but let's do it. Okay, yeah. Do you know what that is? What? Scary. That is so sick. Do you know what now? The noise matches the way the car looks. Before it was so quiet, and like it was still a fast car, but I love this thing I do. This is like a dream come true. And it really has been. From the moment this car got delivered on a forklift onto Ethan's trailer and we got the body kit for it, I've fell in love with it from top to bottom. And I said when I got this car originally that it's one of my dream projects, and it really is. Being able to do this with this car is something I never thought I'd be able to do. It's not only took the channel to new places, but it took me there too. We drove it all the way across Europe to Turkey, where I got to experience some of the world's best driving roads. And it's took me to countless different countries, which I never thought I'd visit. And the cherry on the cake being making it to Turkey and getting rid of my terrible hairline by getting a hair transplant. And I'm sure to some people it seems so strange to get attached to what is essentially a box of nuts and bolts. But this Mercedes AMG GT is now my dream version of what it could have been, and holds so many memories with it too. So this project really has become a dream come true, and I couldn't be more grateful for it, for you guys for watching and supporting this and how it's transformed the channel and the things that we're doing here. But if you have enjoyed it and you're not subscribed by this point and you want to see more stuff like this, make sure to go down there, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and I will catch you next time.